Welcome to REIT Magazine's weekly report. I'm Matt Bichard.
And I'm Alan Kenny. In our first story this week, a lack of rent growth in the office sector continues to concern investors, according to a report on the commercial real estate market from consulting firm PwC. According to the report, absorption levels and rent growth in the office sector are falling short of buyers' expectations in many metropolitan markets. As such, investors surveyed indicated that pricing remains steep for office assets in most top markets. Mitch Roschelle, partner with PwC and leader of the firm's U.S. real estate advisory practice, said that despite investors' concerns, the market does offer some hints of improvement. He noted that constraints on new construction have left the supply of office space at a 30-year low. Demand for that space is starting to reemerge, according to Roschelle.
NAREIT held its annual REITWise conference in Quinta, California last month. REIT.com was on hand to talk to participants about some of the REIT industry's most pressing issues and news. Ron Bollert, director of the Global Corporate Client Group with NYSE Euronext, discussed some of the early trends in the U.S. equity markets in 2013.
One of the bigger reasons for the rally has been earnings. Q4 earnings have been incredibly strong. If you use, the S&P 500 as a proxy, 74% of companies have beat expectations in Q4, and that's versus a 62% historical beat average. You also have the backstop of the federal government with their very accommodative monetary policy, encouraging banks to lend, and ultimately companies or individuals to borrow, hopefully incentivizing spending, and again, growth.
REIT.com also spoke with Mike McTiernan of the Securities and Exchange Commission about some of the latest SEC developments as it pertains to the REIT industry.
On all fronts of the real estate capital markets, we're seeing activities in our traditional traded firm commitment underwritten IPOs by large portfolio property companies. We're seeing activity there. Still seeing a lot of activity in the non-traded space. Some of it, interestingly, moving to a different model of having NAV-based offerings. Still seeing activity in the mortgage REIT space also, seeing mostly filings by people who are going to be playing in the agency MBS space or hybrid agency, non-agency MBS space. And now starting to see a fair amount of M&A activity, most of it originating with non-traded REITs that are either being bought by public companies or that are merging and then listing.
The members of NAREIT's Sustainability Committee met in La Quinta prior to the start of REITWise 2013 for the Leader in the Light Working Forum. This year's program included discussion about the Global Real Estate Sustainability Benchmark Survey and its integration with the Leader in the Light Award program. Vornado Realty Trust Vice President of Corporate Sustainability, Suki Pachorik, talked with REIT.com about the importance of management's dedication in driving sustainability initiatives within an organization.
Our chairman is very committed, and we've been at this for several years now. And I think the second piece is that inherently, I think, instills a culture in the company that people are really committed to these issues. So we have a wide team of people in the company that, even if it's not their primary day job, it's part of what they do day in and day out. I think we've done a good job of integrating it into the culture of the company.
And that concludes this week's edition of Weekly Report.
Be sure to check back early and often for all the latest commercial real estate news and analysis at REIT.com and realestateinvestmenttoday.com. We'll see you next week.